one of the biggest myths out there is that people want to be homeless, that they don't want the services, and that they don't want to be stably housed. My professional career led me in the direction of working on affordable housing and homelessness issues, and I've been very fortunate over the last almost 4 years now to be the director at the Sacramento Housing Alliance.
My family grew up in a poor town on the Mississippi River in Missouri, so that's part of my personal story. When I came to Sacramento to try to fight against poverty and malnutrition here, I decided to apply for the food stamp program, and I wrote a journal of my experiences. I was angry and frustrated by the way that I was treated, so I decided to dedicate a little bit of my time to food stamp advocacy and outreach, and then I'm still doing it, so I guess I was an accidental activist.
Canned chicken in water, so it's good for everybody. I kind of ended up here as a second career. I was a teacher and administrator in a high school for 30 years. I also come from an ag family, so food is part of where I've come from. And as I've looked around at food insecurity, it doesn't make sense. It's something that needs to be done. And every time I look at someone that is food insecure, I'm reminded that, it could be a former student. It's somebody's mom, it's somebody's child, and it just kind of comes from there. Ultimately, I would hope that the mission, with help from a lot of other entities, would be to end hunger. In the bounty that we live in, there really isn't a good reason that 1 out of 4 people in Sacramento County should be food insecure.
When I see people on the streets, I see folks who are desperate. They're desperate for love, they're desperate for attention, they're desperate for caring individuals to assist them to figure out how to stabilize their life in a more productive way. I mean, who wants to be out on the street digging for food, begging for money, having to sleep under the bridges or on someone's couch or in their garage? We all want a warm place to call home every night, and we need to be sure that we're providing the services and opportunities for people to do so.
I feel really personally connected to them. I remember how I felt if my benefits were late that month and it's stressful. If you can treat them with that moment of kindness and with a smile and with a reminder that we are all human and we want to be connected together, we're all neighbors here, I feel like it can change things. And I know I always remember those few moments, even though it's decades later, where people were extra kind to me.
Every time that I go home, I don't say, oh, poor me, I have to cook dinner. Oh, poor me, I'm at home and I wish that this was different and I wish that that was different. Working here gives me that feeling of, I am so fortunate. I am so lucky.
I really saw some differential treatment and some assumptions made about who I was just because I was on food stamps.
I think once you begin to do this kind of work and you talk with people and you put a face on hunger, that suddenly those myths dissipate very quickly.
How about some potatoes?
These issues are so deep that it takes a lot of different players to come together and figure out the solutions.
There's just sometimes a sense of ennui and a lack of interest in fighting for this because it seems like something we can't change, but I feel strongly that there are really clear solutions and that we can actually end hunger in Sacramento County.
We need to find the causes, the roots, and solutions together so that we don't have to do this anymore.
You do have 3 different organizations coming together who are addressing these issues in the best way that we know how to address them. And we're working collaboratively to uplift those who are doing some of that great work, who are going above and beyond what is really expected of them to help solve this crisis we're in.